I'm Zac. I'm from the Now You Know YouTube channel, and we are so excited to be here at Uniti.
My name is Jesse, and I'm also on Now You Know, and this is so cool to be here at Uniti. I'm so excited.
What electric cars have you owned?
Model X, now the Model 3.
Do you own a Uniti as well?
Yes. Are you offering me some? Yeah. I'm an early investor in Uniti because I'm just so excited about your vision in the car.
So looking at your channel, it's obvious that you're interested in EVs. How did this interest start?
My whole life I'd grown up and sort of life was sort of set. Everyone kind of knew what was expected. You grow up, you buy a car, you buy a house, you do this and that, and it was never like questioning why you're doing things the way that you're doing them. And I mean, it was always part of me. It was always like watching content about what was happening to the world and learning about climate change and actually getting into the details of it. You know, when my last ever internal combustion engine car died, I was like, you know, what am I going to do? Am I going to buy another crappy internal combustion engine car to get to work and everything, or am I going to buy an electric car? And I'm like, I want the Model 3. I had my name on the list, but like they were not ready, and so I bought a Leaf.
So you have an electric car channel. You're an investor in Uniti, and now you're here for a visit. So what really made you switch to electric?
When I was a teenager, GM was coming out with the Impact. And I was so excited. I was like, that's gonna be my first car. They took all the cars back from the owners and they crushed them. And I was like, what just happened? And then it was a wake up call to how the world works. It was like, that was an awesome car. Why can't I get that car?
When was the first time you heard about Uniti, and why did you invest?
So through our YouTube channel, we're always getting emails from people and, you know, you gotta check this out, you gotta check that out, new car company, you know, usually I'm like, okay, I'll check it out, blah, blah, blah. Watch some of your videos. And the excitement came through, first of all.
Nice.
What you were doing was, you came through the screen. It was just the excitement of your whole team, the vision that you had. And that in itself caught me, probably even before the car itself. Because I think the first videos I saw, you just had glimpses of the concept.
Yeah.
So I kind of got hooked, and I was watching your videos as different things would come out, and then got really excited when you had your release.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was right around that time that I invested, because I was like, there's something special about it. You guys get it. Jesse and I are totally into Tesla because they get it, and you guys get it. All the other car companies, all the other big car companies, they're just playing either catch up, or they're trying to throw some marketing, or they're trying to figure out what's going on. You guys started from scratch. You designed to fit the needs of your customer. And that's kind of unheard of.
If you have to pick one thing about electric cars, what excites you the most?
I think the most exciting thing is to be able to know ahead of time, before anyone else, that it's going to happen. It just takes you right off. Just in the past 2 years, electric cars have gone from everyone laughing at them, all the major car companies saying we'll never make them, to cars coming out like the Bolt and you know, the Hyundai Kona. I mean, for some reason, I saw the car. It's this boring-looking Hyundai, and I was just like, "Oh wow!" I mean, to me, it was
everyone's starting to
right. Everyone is starting to adopt it, and now it's not if, but when. And that to me is probably the most exciting thing.
Nice.
So now you've seen the car, and what is it that like really stands out? Like one feature that you think like this is different and this is exciting?
The design.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to come up with this word that'll just capture it.
We've been trying to find a word. Like it's not smart, because
it is smart, but
it's
not smart. It's not cute. It's not sleek. It's all of those things together. So that part of it, the design, but also the seating, the heads-up display, the controls, the fact that it's, you know, there's no pedals. I mean, the fact that there's glass everywhere. I could go on. Like that. You captured everything in that car. But, you know, there's actually the removable battery.
Right.
Brilliant design. Because one of the #1 concerns of people in a city is, I don't know if I can charge this right now. I'm going to some weird office, or I'm going to work, or near my house is nowhere to charge. No problem. Boop, bring the battery with you. Brilliant.
Who do you think will be the big players in the next 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for if we're talking in terms of electric vehicles, it's going to be a challenge for the current car manufacturers to switch gears, so to speak. I mean, they have such ingrained culture of engines in their cars, and that it's been such a part of their marketing, and to at any point renege that and say, actually, electric is the way to go, while they're still selling gas-burning cars, it's complete cognitive dissonance. You can't do that, and so they're going to have such trouble. And Tesla can always be like, our cars are good for the environment, all of our cars are good for the environment. And I think that there's going to be a lot new players. I think that there's going to be a lot of new players, like from Uniti. I'm so excited to see this car turn into a real thing. You know, Tesla and all these other startups that we are barely hearing about. They're just on the fringes, but as they get more funding and they start producing actual cars that people can drive and people get excited about them, I think it's going to completely change the way that we look at the auto industry.
You own an EV and you drive an EV. What was the most unexpected thing when you started using it?
I think the biggest thing for me was that I actually enjoyed driving.
Yeah, the silence combined with the instant torque and the acceleration.
I mean, you
nice.
cannot go back. Yeah.
So what sort of technologies, like new technologies, do you think we'll see in future electric cars?
I think full autonomy will happen pretty soon.
I meet a lot of people, and I guess you do too, that says like EVs won't be a thing, you know, it's just a fling, or it's not going to happen, it's not realistic, all that. What do you usually tell them?
It's tough, and you have to attack it depending on the situation. You know, there's no blanket statement of, you have to attack what their belief is, because honestly, it's a blockage basically of why EVs can't work. And as soon as you pinpoint what that is and you discredit it, because it's never true. I've never met someone who's been able to convince me that they were right and I was wrong. Mm-hmm. It's never been like,
even though you tried to,
here's
you know,
and I've looked.
Yeah.
I have done research. I've gone to the other side of the you know, the internet wall, as it were, and, you know, listened to why electric cars are bad for the planet, why they're never going to work, why batteries are worse than gasoline. I'm always trying to challenge myself, and so when someone brings a point of perspective to me that's different from mine, I do try and listen. But it's usually through the listening that you're able to convince someone, because if you sit there and you nod and you listen and you think and you find, you know, either the example, and again, you never can convince people in that moment. Yeah, sure. Sometimes you can, and usually it's by showing them, it's by having them sit in an electric car and drive it, because that's one of the things, people don't understand what it's like to drive an electric car. I mean, they're used to what they know.
The performance and the comfort and everything.
Right, and so once they get into it, they could say, I could actually see myself driving this. Right. And maybe, you know, all of these things that I've been told are not true, because everyone has misconceptions about electric cars because they're just so uncommon.
Well, you see obviously where the market is going. I mean, we have a lot of SUV, EVs, but where do you think the trends need to go, and where are they going to go in the next 10, 20 years?
So I see a lot of companies like Jaguar following the Tesla model where, oh, we can make a luxury, you know, SUV, and we'll make it fast and sexy. And that's probably good for America right now, because SUVs are the number one selling car. But I don't think overall that's a great trend, because Tesla did it to set their brand. I mean, so now you hear the word Tesla, you think, you know, ooh, Tesla, no matter what they make. And so now as they get into a cheaper car, you still think Tesla. But they're still not small cars. And most of the world needs a small car. And most of the world doesn't need all that space. So that's, I think, a major problem. If you look at most car companies, they make their money not on the car, but on fixing the car. So they don't want to get into this model of making a car, because electric cars don't need to be fixed. There's nothing really to break, and if something goes wrong, it's a quick, easy fix. They want the car to break and fix the muffler, fix the transmission, to keep coming back and back and back for service. So I think that's why they're stuck right now, is this isn't the model they set, you know, they.
Do you think that'll hold back electric car development, just the base thought of traditional automotive, or?
It holds it back because a lot of people can't get behind the concept of, where do I get it if I don't go to a dealer? What do you mean you go online to buy it? What? But I think people will change, just like they did with every other product, and they will adapt once they see that it's way better.
Nice.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Nutty, inquisitive, persistent.
Wow, you're really fast. Curious, questioning, and hopeful.
iPhone or Android?
Android.
Dream job.
This.
SpaceX.
In how many years will we have level 5 autonomy?
11 and a half.
I'm going to say 15.
At what age did you drive the first time?
16.
16.
What's the furthest you've driven with an electric car?
800 miles.
860 miles.
Would you consider driving a Unity to work?
Absolutely.
Yes. Now.
Solar or wind?
Solar.
Solar.
Bike or bus?
Bike.
Bike.
Have you ever run out of battery on the road?
No, but we've come close.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was all the questions
That was so
I
much
had
fun.
for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thanks,
much.
man. Yeah, pleasure.